Hey Gemini, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, March 12th to Sunday, March 18th, 2018. Now before I get started, I just wanted to let you all know that I will be doing a Mercury retrograde webinar, not this Thursday, but next Thursday on March 22nd at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. In it, I'm going to talk about the most important and impactful days of Mercury retrograde. That's going to include what's going on during the Mercury retrograde period itself, also what's going to happen during the pre-retrograde period, and shadow, which is what we're in right now, as well as what's happening after the retrograde ends, just to kind of give you the context on everything that's going on. All right, I'm also going to talk about how Mercury retrograde happening this month will also affect your sun sign if you're interested in that, and I might, if we have time, also go over the strengths and challenges of Mercury through each of the signs natally if you're interested in that. Okay, and of course, with all my webinars, you can ask me anything you want, you get me, for a good, 2 hours almost is what it goes to. So that's also available to you as well. If you are interested, please sign up below at the link down in my description box, and I hope to see you all there. Now, Gemini, what's going on this week is that we've got the sun hanging out right here in Pisces, and that for you is your 10th house of your career, your reputation, and your social standing. Okay, so I think that's what you're thinking a lot about, where your life is going. What career do you want? What do you want to be known for in some way? On Monday, we do have the sun in your 10th making a sextile over here to Pluto in your 8th house of changes, endings, and beginnings in some way, okay? And big financial investment. So I think what's happening here is that as you're starting to think about where your life is going, what you want to be known for, where you want your career to go, I think there's a big opportunity at the beginning of this week for you to finally start to feel like you're changing your life to put it in the right direction. You're stepping into some changes in your life here, like you're creating more of a career or a life direction or a reputation than it is that you really want in some way. Okay, so I do see it being very positive on Monday here. You're starting to feel like, okay, I've been making lots of changes in my life here to put my life in a better place, and it's starting to pay off. Around the same time that's going on, we've also got Mars here in your 7th house of partnerships, normally of the one-on-one variety, in a trine as well with Uranus in your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. So as you're making some changes in your life to put your life in a better place and starting to feel like you're hitting your stride, I think you're also having lots of help here from other people to help you reach some goals, to help you move forward, to help you step into a new future, to help you feel more authentically yourself. To do some things that are important to you and to associate with the right groups of people. So I do see lots of positive things going on Monday. Now on Tuesday and Wednesday, there could be some uncomfortable things that do come up with Mars as it's making the trine to Uranus, also making a square here to Chiron in your 10th house. Coming in, maybe bringing up some uncomfortable feelings about your life and where it's going. Maybe you're worried that even though other people are helping you reach some goals and dreams of yours, that maybe they don't quite understand the direction you want your life to go in. Maybe you're worried that it's just hard for you to work with people in some way, to bring them on board with you in this life that you now see yourself in some way. But I think if you cannot let that get you down, maybe any fears or insecurities about where your life is going and about who you're doing it with, I think there's lots of support here to help you really step into a new life and do some things you need to do to feel better. That's because at the same time Mars is making this uncomfortable square with Chiron, we also do have the sun here coming into a trine with Jupiter in your 6th house of your job and your daily routines. So even if you are feeling a tad bit uncomfortable about the people in your life and how you work with people to put your life in the right place, I think you're starting to feel like you're organizing your job, you're organizing your daily routines. What you're doing on the day-to-day is really helping you to put your life in the right direction and to step into some new career or some new life that you've been trying to manifest and trying to change your life to be for quite some time, okay? So I do see lots of good going around here. You not only beginning to feel like you're changing your life for the better, having people help you, but you also starting to organize your life a lot better on the job, on the day-to-day, so that you really can reach this career, have the reputation that you want, and move forward in a really big, important way to have the public persona that you want and need. All right? So this is going on there. Challenge that it is that you may have on Wednesday is when Venus in Aries comes into a square here with Saturn. Okay, and Venus is in your 11th and Saturn is in your 8th. So maybe what's going on is that maybe there are still some more changes in life that you're trying to make in some way. Maybe you're really trying really hard, especially with Saturn hanging out in your 8th here, to create more of a life that you really want, that you feel resonates more deeply with you inside. And maybe that's the only hard thing that's coming in, is as you're making these changes in life and starting to feel much better about where your life is going, maybe you just have to learn how to envision your life, to how to take a break from all these changes that are going on, to envision the big picture and to enjoy what it is that you've created so far. You know, to kind of detach a little bit from what's going on. And I think that could maybe be the challenge, or the thing maybe that you need to learn midweek is, yes, your life is changing. It's going in a better direction. You have people helping you. Things are starting to come together on the day-to-day here. Now, sometimes you need to look up from all these changes, detach a little bit and enjoy what it is that you have, so that you can make sure that some of these changes that you're making are starting to go in the right direction and all come together. Okay, so that's what's happening there. Then after that, a few days later, on Saturday, we've got the new moon happening right here in Pisces in your 10th house of career. And I think what that's going to do on Saturday, March 17th, is really help you begin to step into this new career, this new life direction that you've been changing your life so hard to be the past few months. Maybe it's been hard for you lately to feel like you're putting your life in the right direction, to feel like you have the career, the reputation, the social standing that it is that you want, especially with the new moon being very, very closely conjunct to Chiron, bringing up some old issues, some old hurts, some old fears, some old, pains about your career. But I think this new moon ideally is supposed to help you heal once and for all these insecurities of yours that have been holding you back, so that you can step into a new life direction, putting yourself out there in front of the world in a more public way, being seen for who it is that you are. All right, and I think this new moon is really helping you to not only make the changes that you need to make in your life to put it in a better spot, but to step into it and to own it and to move forward on it. All right, and I see it being a good thing if you can not let all of the hurt feelings bring you down, and if you can commit to overcoming them once and for all, so that you can come out on the other side living a life that feels more authentic to you. All right, so that's what's going on at the new moon. Then after that happens on Sunday, we've got Venus and Mercury and Aries making a trine over here to the North Node in your 3rd house of talk and communication, with Venus and Mercury in your 11th house of your goals. And I think once you commit at the new moon to stepping into a new career, a new life direction, owning your reputation, being more public about who you are, I think then you're going to start to feel at the very, very end of this week and into next week like you can be more open and more free to express yourself, like you're starting to associate more with the groups of people you want to associate with, like you're finally starting to reach some big goals and dreams of yours, feel like you're able to express yourself more authentically, and like you can just move forward feeling much better all around. Okay, so I actually see this week, especially by the end of the week, being very positive. I mean, giving us a chance here to, you a chance, Gemini, to really begin to step into a new career, a new life direction, being more public about who you are, and for you to finally start feeling like you're creating a life that you want. You can be more open and more authentic living this life, and like everything's starting to come together with your job and on the day-to-day. All right, the other thing I want to talk to you about before I go to is on Sunday, we've also got Mars leaving your 7th house and moving into your 8th in Capricorn, in its sign of exaltation, where it really likes to be. I want to say helping you to fast track some of these changes in life too, to put your life in a better spot. If you feel like it's been hard for you, to have a career that you want, to put your life in the right place, and I think I've been saying this my whole horoscope, I really do think like the end of this week, next few weeks and months, it's going to be all about you stepping into in a much better way all of these things that have been a struggle, all of these things that have been hard. And I think the next few days, weeks, and months are really going to help you here to start to change your life for the better, for you to start to feel like you're living these changes, you're stepping into these changes, you're living a life that feels more authentic to you, and like you're living more deeply in the life that you are now creating. Okay, so I think it's going to be a good thing for you, Gemini, to move forward. Now your card for the week is the 3. It's the 3 of Wands reversed. this card went up right to me. Normally it does indicate strategy and planning when it's upright. Seeing the future and trying to envision how you can get from point A to point C and what everything needs to go into place. And I think when this card is reversed, maybe it's hard to strategize. It's hard to plan. And I think that's what you need to just figure out this week, is what little steps maybe that you need to make here in order to have everything align just right, in order to have everything move forward. I think there's a lot of opportunity in your chart to have a better job, to have a better set of daily routines that's more organized for you in some way, but you just needed to make sure that while you're getting it all going, that you're on the ball, that you're taking care of the details, and that everything is lining up just right to where it is that you see your life going. And I think if you can make sure that everything is coming together and that all the pieces are going to fit, I think by the end of this week you're going to feel very successful, like you're in a much better place moving forward, living the life that that you really want. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.